This is Jim Nailon, liturgical guitarist, and I'm going to share my arrangement of Be Thou My Vision. I'll play through it first. That was pretty close. Okay, so this is probably the first arrangement I've put up that has an intro to it and an ending separate from just the song. Maybe not. Morning and Broken did. Anyway, so the key on the intro is keeping your third finger down on that D note, the third fret of the second string. We'll go through the intro. The D, this D sus2, so the open first string. So it's got this little melodic figure. So you gotta watch that. So here we go again. D, little finger bass run, and then put your bass run. So the D, little finger on the fourth fret of the fifth string, and then move the little finger over to the fourth fret of the third string on the B minor. Lift open fifth string, and then your second finger down on the third fret of the sixth string. And the open sixth string, and then the A7, sus4, and then drop, finally move your third finger down to the A7. Okay, now we're ready to play. Starting on measure 5, second line. D chord, opens first string, and then this B minor position. I think I used this one in Morning is Broken also. First finger on the fifth fret of the second string, second finger on the fifth fret of the third string, and little finger on the, second fret. Let's try it again. First finger on the second fret of the fifth string, second finger on the second fret of the third string, little fingers, fourth fret of the fourth string. So, an open second string. And then a G chord, with the melody on the third fret of the second string. And then A, which is really, you're not playing anything on that, you're playing all open strings for one beat. And then D, then measure 9, A, hammer on, and then D, hammer on, then slide from the third fret of the to the seventh fret on that second finger on the second string. So that measure 10, that D chord, the hammer on, then slide from the, you We want to practice that to get that smooth. Then right into the B minor bar. This is a bar on the 7th fret. I didn't put bar markings in here. Not sure why. Well, this is 2001. I might not have known how to do that back then. I think I just got in my software program. So the B minor, measure 11. Yeah, so you got to use your 3rd finger on the 9th fret of the 4th string. And then a little finger on the 10th fret of the 2nd string. And then the other are just the barred notes on the 7th fret. And then drop down to a bar on the 5th fret. Excuse me, an A major. And you go up the full arpeggios. And then 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then when you get to the top note, you can kind of lift the 2nd and 3rd fingers off, get them ready to put down on this G chord. See how these are lifting off and getting ready to go there? And then a G, this is that D chord on the regular D chord moved up to the 7th fret, but I'm starting out with just the 2nd and 3rd fingers. And then I put down the 1st finger. And then I'm playing thirds. So I slide the 2nd and 3rd fingers up to the 9th fret, and then I go up to the 10th fret with my 1st finger on the 1st string, and the 12th fret with my 3rd finger on the 2nd string. And then right back down into the 2nd and 3rd fingers, back on the 9th fret and 10th fret respectively. And then I can go back to the B minor. So that again would be. And then from there you got to jump quickly to the 2 top notes of this D chord on the 5th fret. And play those. You want to kind of accent those. And then on the offbeat you're playing the open D string, the open 4th string. And then down to the 1st and 2nd finger. 1st finger plays 3rd fret of the 2nd string. 2nd finger, 4th fret of the 3rd string. So G and then A, and then to the last line there on the 1st page, measure 17. D. Then here's that slide again. It's coming in a different place, but you want to get this measured down because we're going to repeat measure 17 2 more times through the arrangement. So D, and then on a 16th note, so it's a fast slide. And then into the B minor, and E minor, G, A with the sus4, and then D. Back into the intro. So that took us through the top of page 2. Now we're in the 2nd line of page 2, measure 24. The D. And then a hammer-on, or actually a trill, hammer-on, pull-off. And then the B minor's barred. So you can get this little ornament right there. And then the G, A, the D. Now measure 28, 3rd line. That's the same figure there in measure 29 as we saw in measure 17. We're going to see that one more time. I think it always leads us to a B minor too. And the B minor, and there's a hammer on here. I might have played this note. I think when I played it. But it's written to hammer on. And then a trill. So you're trilling with the 2nd finger here. Hammer on, pull off. and then little finger on the 10th fret there, the 2nd string, and then 7th fret to the 10th fret, hammer on there. Very Irish sounding. And then back to the A, just like before. And the same thing here, the G, up to thirds. Now measure 34, the D chord. It's a little different. Here we're gonna go right to that chord. So, go right to the D. So, and then we're gonna go down in thirds here on the 2nd and 3rd strings, starting at the 7th fret. And put your 1st and 2nd fingers down there. 1st finger on the 5th fret. Slide it down. 1st finger on the 3rd fret. And then down into like an A chord position on the 2nd fret, 2nd and 3rd fingers. And then a G. Double hammer on here. The G and then the A. Not a double hammer on, but 2 hammer-ons in succession. And then the measure 36. We've seen that before, measure 17 and also measure 29. The D, or B minor. And then a little hammer on here on the 3rd string with the little finger. And then the E minor, you can lift that off. And your 1st finger here. And then the G bass, use your 2nd finger to reach over to that. And trill with your 1st finger on the 1st string. 3rd finger down on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, and then A, and then the D. So that's a very Irish ending there. The D just repeats. It echoes the intro a little bit there. So that's Be Thou My Vision. Hopefully that'll give you enough to get through that. It's not one of my easier arrangements, but it's probably one of my favorite ones because it's my favorite hymn. So I pray God blesses your playing. Look for more arrangements on liturgicalguitarist.com, and I wish you peace.